It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Well, happy Wednesday, y'all. I feel like I almost messed up the intro, but here we are. Good morning. Happy Hump Day in true Hump Day form. I'm your co-host, a temporary fill-in co-host, Diana Tyndall, and I have Joy Robertson. You know Joy. You've seen her before on Around the Ozarks. Thank you, Joy, for filling in with us today.
Glad to be here. Good to see you.
All right, now let's get to some news. So the Community Foundation of the Ozarks, they recently granted a total of $50,000 to nonprofits in the Shaping Tomorrow grant program. According to the CFO, the program is supported by David and Stacey O'Reilly, and it seeks to support nonprofit partners with the CFO as they develop strategies to attract younger donors based on reporter insights. This is interesting. They said, a representative at the CFO said, to reach donors who think and give differently, nonprofits need to think differently as well. Looks like the organizations and the nonprofits got anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 each. A nice little chunk of change. Congratulations to these 11 nonprofits, which include Downtown Houston, Inc., Encompass Academy, Faith Community Health Center, Glow Center, Good Samaritan Boys Ranch, Harmony House, and many others. So you can probably see the full list on the CFO's website. But how interesting is this in terms of younger donor habits and giving?
That gives you a little bit of hope, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I know for me, if I'm going to give to an organization, I feel like it needs to be easy. Like gone are the days where I'm going to mail a check. Like, I think for a lot of people, they just want to tap and click and Apple Pay.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think people are more likely to if you make it easy on them. But my checkbook, maybe 3-4 times a year.
Yeah. Maybe for the big checks, I'll write a check, right? But who knows? All right, now to you.
All right, I've got one for you. Springfield Bass Pro Shop. I bet you've heard of it. You think? Bass Pro Shop and Cabela's Outdoor Fund, they recently donated $200,000 to Forests Ontario. Okay. The donation will support the planting of 200,000 trees in Canada in 2024 and 2025. Now, according to a news release, over the past 2 decades, Forests Ontario has supported the planting of more than 43 million trees, which is commendable, to say the least.
Wow.
And we shared earlier this week about how Missouri State is leaving the Missouri Valley Conference and joining Conference USA, right? Big news. Okay. Mm-hmm. In a recent news update live streamed through the MSU Bears YouTube, officials shared details on the transition, including President Smart announcing attorney, alum, and friend Tom Strong has pledged to donate $5 million to help during the move to this new conference, Conference USA. He says that 3 generations of his family have degrees from Missouri State, and he's very happy to give money knowing what Missouri State has done for him and his family. He says he could never pay the university back. What they've given him is priceless. He also said something I found interesting. He said that essentially athletics in a lot of ways is the front porch to a university, which if you think about it, people see athletics, they hear about your team, that sort of thing. People visit, they might go to a game, or your team may play their team, so that makes sense. I thought that was an interesting way to put it. And by the way, MSU should be a full league member of this new Conference USA by the 25-26 season, as I understand it. So that's a big deal for the Missouri State University Bears for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, on to this, Missouri State also, they recently shared about a new state budget. Because of the new state budget that was recently passed, Missouri State University and Ozarks Technical Community College are 2 of many colleges and universities around the Ozarks that will receive more money. I always like to hear that, I'm sure, if you're president. MSU President Cliff Smart shared in an interview with KY3 that Missouri State University will be receiving a 3% core increase, equaling about $3.2 million, as well as capital funding and allocation to the Healthcare Alliance, which is good. OTC Chancellor Hal Higdon shared alongside the state increase, they are also receiving funding for the A+ program, which is, I know, something very popular. A lot of kids, I call them kids these days, but a lot of students rely on for their education.
Yep, for sure. Very good. Good news there.
Yeah. So we told you this yesterday about the 2024 NFL season opening game. Well, a rematch of the 2023 season AFC Championship game against the Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Well, CBS just announced that the Chiefs will host another huge rivalry for week 2, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Woo. So don't forget, the NFL will release the entire 2024 schedule tonight on the NFL Network. So hold on to your hats. It'll be a tough start to the season, I'm sure, but at least they're both home games.
Hey, we're up for it. Chiefs are always up for it. All right. I can't wait. I love it when football season comes back. It's just a long period between Super Bowl and the beginning of the season. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. I've got one for you. A local retail store, which frankly is one of my favorites. I love going in here. Blind Community Thrift Store. It's up on the north side. I live on the north side. I love going in there. It's creating a more inclusive shopping experience for the blind and the visually impaired community, which makes sense. Also, for anyone who may speak a language other than English. Get this. According to Blind Community Thrift, they are the first retail store in the world using the Navi lens system, N-A-V-I lens, Navi lens system. All right, it allows people to use an app. So use your little phone app, to scan codes around the store. And it'll give users an audio description of the layout of the store, the things that are in that section, the prices of the items, how far away it is from where you're standing, if you need a little help navigating, and what direction to go to get closer to where you're wanting to go. Blind Community Thrift Store is located at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, of course, near the Walmart Supercenter on the north side. How cool is that? I think that's very cool.
Joy, you mentioned you like going in there a lot. That's one of my favorite thrift stores because their prices are so affordable. I mean, I was in there the other day and I think I only had my debit card on me and it was like a minimum debit card purchase or whatever or credit card purchase of like $5 and my shirt was $3. And I'm like, just round up. And then I went to a Goodwill store and it's like $12. So I love being able, even though it's a little out of my way, being able to support them. And this gives me even more reason to want to support organizations like this. That's
awesome. Exactly. I just love going in there when if I have a few minutes to go see what I can find, you'd be amazed. I mean, it's just it's like a treasure hunt in there. I love it. Okay, I've got something fun for you. Today, Wednesday the 15th, of course, you can go to free lunchtime concert today at noon in Founders Park, and you can see Kenny Key and Juanita Lee, which is variety, folk, pop music, things like that, which I just love those music concerts in the middle of the day like that. So bring a lunch and enjoy these local performers at the site where Springfield was founded at Concerts at Founders Park, presented by the Springfield Greene County Park Board in partnership with Downtown Springfield CID. So this would be a nice little break in your work day to just wander on over there, walk if you can, but drive if you need to, and enjoy Founders Park, which is cool to start with. But a little live music in the middle of the day, middle of the week, why not?
Yeah, for sure. I loved the concerts at Founders Park. I think they're so fun. They have movies at Founders Park, I think, that are coming this summer. It's so fun for the whole family. Bring your lawn chair because it's a concrete park. I will say that. There's not much grass around there, but it does make for a really neat environment for concerts and live performances. So how fun. I will say I did YouTube Kenny Key. I don't know if it's the right person that I found, but he was kind of cool in that it was like a DJ. It's probably not the same person, but it sounded really cool. It was like a little bit of techno, but like pop.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they mean by variety,
Variety.
pop. Who knows? Who
I
knows?
don't know either, but if you don't know who it is, that's all the more reason to go. Check it out and get familiar. So that's great stuff.
Could
Good
be
stuff.
the next major Bruno Mars. You just never know.
Oh, I can only wish. I can only wish. That would be amazing.
Okay, we also want to remind you, speaking of downtown, the Galois Theater's midweek matinee is going on. It will be showing Breakfast at Tiffany's as well. It is at 1:45. They have trivia with Ozark Elder Law, and also Greene County and Christian County seniors that are 60 plus get a free combo ticket. That's happening today as well downtown. So it gives you a good excuse to go see that old classic movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Such a good movie. It's a heartwarming movie, but it's funny too.
I was talking with Joey the other day, and I had not seen Breakfast at Tiffany's in a really long time. I really need to make a point to go see it.
Yeah. And on the big screen would be even more fun.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Well, speaking of events, another really fun event that's annual, so it only happens once a year. It is Nixa Sucker Days. It's happening this weekend in Nixa. It's an annual art and craft and music festival that's happening the 17th through the 19th, obviously in downtown Nixa. And they bring the community together every year to experience a lot of local talent, handmade arts and crafts, rides, and yes, sucker fish. Hence the name Sucker Days. But I didn't know that when I moved here. I thought when I was hearing about Sucker Days, I'm thinking that they're talking about lollipops. And I'm like, why is this such a big deal talking about suckers and lollipops? No, Diana. Right. It's the sucker fish.
It's a fish. And apparently they fry up just beautifully. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never been to that.
I have not either, and it's obviously not lollipops, but I mean, it's a true Midwest fish fry. Nothing says I love you.
Yeah, it used to be one day, and now it's Sucker Days. It's like 3 days of this, and I love a fish fry, so I can't believe I haven't done that yet. But maybe this is my year.
Yes, go, Joy, and report back, please.
Okay, I'll let you know how it is. I'd love it.
And obviously you can stay tuned to Around the Ozarks online and through your app. There's so many awesome events always happening, and Around the Ozarks does a great job of gathering all this stuff. And if you're looking for something fun to do over the weekend, they certainly have it and have the details where you can get more details. And the events calendar at aroundtheozarks.com. It's sponsored by Springfield Special Products. It's super informative, obviously a great resource for all ages and people with a wide variety of interests. But Joy, thank you so much for co-hosting with me on this early morning. I appreciate you getting up and looking beautiful. And we hope everybody else around the Ozarks has a wonderful hump day Wednesday.
Oh, I hope so too. Diana, thank you as always. Good to see you. Call anytime.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday. It is May 15th. We are waking up with temperatures very comfortable out there in the mid-50s. We have sunshine on deck for you on this Wednesday, a whole lot of dry time, and then rain returns very late tonight into early Thursday. Before those rain showers get back here, as I said, we'll have dry time and partial sunshine. That should be enough to boost our temperatures into the upper 70s today. I have 78 degrees for the forecasted high temperature in Springfield. That should make for a really nice day across the Ozarks, so get out and enjoy while you can. We're kind of in between rain systems here today. This is going to be the dry day in the forecast, and I'm expecting that we have partial sun to enjoy as well. So outdoor activities, there we go. I know everybody's busy. May, I saw this thing online. It was like a meme. It said, May is the new December. And I think that is so true. There are so many end of school year things going on, field trips, specials, sporting events, all of that. A lot to pack in. So when the weather does not cooperate, there's a lot of rescheduling and a lot of juggling going on this week, contributing to the mess. We have additional shower and thunderstorm chances in the forecast late tonight. This is going to last all the way through Friday. And I think we will see additional rainfall totals of more than an inch in a few places. So showers and thunderstorms, they're going to be back in the forecast late tonight through Friday. I am expecting additional rainfall totals of up to an inch, localized amounts, maybe 2 inches in a few places. So widespread flooding is not expected here, but what I am concerned about is the risk for some localized minor flooding to occur late this week. We could have some thunderstorms that have higher rainfall rates in them, as well as just the added up downpours that are ongoing through Friday. I expect that a few strong storms are also in the forecast for tomorrow. There is going to be at least a mention of a few strong storms in the forecast on Thursday. I'll call them marginally severe thunderstorms. That's what's possible on Thursday. They're going to be capable of producing some damaging winds, hail up to the size of quarters. Those are the risks, but make sure you have a plan for any severe weather that develops on Thursday. I think the best chances for seeing this are going to be in the afternoon hours. Ongoing rain showers, though, do exist late tonight through early Friday. 80s are then in the forecast for the weekend, so we warm up pretty significantly, and it looks like we'll see some dry time by the time we get to the weekend, too. In fact, we may be in the mid-80s by the time we get to Saturday, so the heat turns on really fast, and mid-80s feel kind of hot. We had a taste of the 80s earlier this month. It feels very warm, so we are going to see those numbers return for the weekend, so you might want to break out the backyard pool for Saturday afternoon. Today, we're dry through the afternoon hours. I have 78 for the high temperature in Springfield. A few locations, especially down in northern Arkansas, may make it to the low 80s today. Late thunderstorm chances are in the forecast. And then I think rain is kind of on and off in nature through the course of the day, both Thursday and Friday. As I mentioned, we could see more than an inch of rainfall accumulate in the rain gauge, and then rain showers start to taper off. And by Saturday, we're seeing high temperatures back into the middle 80s, 85 degrees, that forecasted high temp on Saturday. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's the above average temperatures happening now out in South Florida and much of the West, experiencing a little heat wave. Nice ridge of high pressure building in, as it often does in late springtime, kind of setting the stage for the warm summer months across the western portion of the country. We also have showers and thunderstorms making national headlines again today for the central United States. Again, this happens for us here in the Ozarks very late tonight, I think after sunset, but lasts through Thursday, through Friday. Nothing that looks too severe, but a couple of strong storms capable of some gusty winds and some hail, not only in the forecast for us in the Ozarks, but for much of the Midwest. So we're watching a couple things coming our way in the forecast here in the Midwest that may make some national headlines. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia Question of the Day. This is the question that I left you with yesterday. Which British queen gave birth to the most children? Do you think it was A, Queen Elizabeth I, B, Queen Elizabeth II, C, Queen Mary, or D, Queen Victoria? Well, most of us are familiar with B, Queen Elizabeth II, who had 4 children, but the answer is D, Queen Victoria. So congrats if D was your guess. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, they had 9 children, 5 girls and 4 boys that spanned 17 years between the oldest and the youngest, which actually 17 years sounds like a lot, but when you have 9, that's really not much time. I mean, one after the other for 17 years. Queen Victoria was a tough lady. They had nine children, so that's pretty incredible. We mentioned Queen Elizabeth I had 4 children. Queen Mary of Teck, 6 children for Queen Mary, and Queen Elizabeth I did not have any children. You may have been aware of that. She reigned for 44 years. She was a very popular queen, and she had no children and therefore had no direct heir to the throne. She was the last Tudor monarch. But congrats. If D, Queen Victoria, was your guess, 9 children for Queen Victoria. Here's the question that I will leave you with for tomorrow. In tennis, which Grand Slam event starts in late May? Do you think it is A, the Australian Open, B, the French Open, C, Wimbledon, or D, the US Open? You can let me know your guess. Don't Google. That takes all the fun out of it, but you can submit your guess for free over at aroundtheozarks.com. We give away $20 to Scooter's Coffee every single day for all correct guesses that are entered into a pool. One winner is drawn every single weekday. Good luck in your answers tomorrow. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. And thank you for listening early this morning on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Seize the day. It's going to be a beautiful Wednesday in the Ozarks, upper 70s, sunshine. Get outside at some point today because rain will be back with us tomorrow. It's a nice dry day in the work week, so enjoy.